the Etruscans already in the 8th centuries before Christ. The territory from the Tiber River, so Rome, and the Arno River, Florence, what is called today Tuscany, and they used to call them Tusci. That's how the word Tuscany come from what the Romans used to call the Etruscans people. He looks a little stressed after searching. The tomb that they found in this area, most of them dates back from the 4th centuries before Christ to the 3rd centuries BC. Some other time they would cover with a little roof structures, and they will plant a tree on the top. And the Etruscans believe in many, many gods, priests elected by the people, political and religious, the aristocratic, the middle class, the working class, and at the very bottom, slaves. The Romans conquered them very easily. When they discovered this, completely covered with, they just carved everything out of the rock. This is very clear. That is a shape of a woman. Can you see it? The arm of the beautiful tunic. She also has wings, an angel, right outside the tomb. And that's the goddess of the underworld who helped the dead person that navigate the soul, always with wings. In front of her, a lion. The Etruscans were navigator. Animal that are not typical from Italy, of course, but they have seen it during their journey. And in front of, you look like a Greek temple, we had this. Look at the fancy decorations as a symbol of prosperity. She has wings because she's above the tomb. A little pole for navigation. Unfortunately, another lady was in love for the same god. The magician, very mean, she saw reflections. She realized that what she saw was herself turned into a sea monster. To reach the top of the temple, 3rd centuries before Christ, brings offering to God. The funerary chamber underneath. All of them, they have Corinthian tile. Everything was painted red, yellow, white, and green. The last column on the right side still shows with faces decorating the old capitals. Wow. Females and male faces. And we know because they found the pieces. In the Etruscan society, women had equal right. They could have properties, they could keep their last name even after wedding, they could participate in any political discussions. When the Etruscans had a party, women were sitting next to their men. They could drink with their men. They could decide about the political life. But this is only a temple. This is the decoration on the top of the tomb. You enter the dromos, the corridor. At the far end, there is a big, huge stone bed carved out of the rock where a sarcophagus will be placed with the body inside. And all around, vases, pottery, tools, jewelry, coins. To facilitate them, once it will wake up in the other life. We know the way these tombs look like because other tombs, they were found with all the objects inside. Sorano, Pitigliano, Sovana, all in this territory. They were made by the Etruscans, most of them between the 4th and 3rd centuries. Etruscans were not fighters. They need the road to move, but they wanted to be protected. Everything by hand. They did this. Now we can stop here, then you can see the size of it. If you are here, nobody knows. So 600 feet to 1,200 feet of elevations. And all of them were founded nearby necropolis. But because they are so close to the tombs, there were probably processions to carry the coffin. None of them is straight. They're all having this winding movement. You have to purify yourself before you reach the other life. The longest one is like 4 miles. Not all the
Really?
Yeah. And some of them, they have a mark in the middle where donkeys used to be. The farmer, they used this road to go to the town. They walked through this. Because these roads were so dark, the people were so scared, that they put religious items, so they felt a little bit more confident when they walked. Partisans, the Italian resistance, used this road during the Second War to hide, to move quicker. The Nazis would never know about the existence of those roads. And the climate inside here is perfect. In the winter, and summer, and very hot. Incredible, huh? Now we're gonna go over the mall. Vie Cave de Cave Road. 3 major streets, 800 people live here. And we have very important square, the political center, because behind you is the town hall. And then where we are going, where the palace of the Orsini family was. Where we are is the newer part of the old set. It was built here in the middle of 1800, so this is very modern. We still have the gates, the modified there. It's everywhere. There are 2 symbols. A compass that's symbolizing this family are ruling the territory, and the friendship with the Republic of Venice. One of the members of the Orsini was the chief of the army of Venice. The lower symbol is the symbol of the family holding the shield. Geographically speaking, we are right at the border, what used to be the Vatican state. In 1555, Pope banished all the Jewish living in the Vatican state to Rome, to the ghetto. They moved north and they entered Pitigliano. The Orsini, 300 years, they changed the destiny. Community grew very, very quickly and very flourishing, to the point that in 1598 they built the synagogue right next to the cathedral. When the Medici came, they changed everything. They create the ghetto. They banish all the Jewish living free.
No salt.
I absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I just need it.
A lot of trauma.
Yeah.
Lake was created by tectonic movement, and the islands were hills. The hills had fresh water. It is not the water of Trasimeno Lake. Why this island is called Maggiore? Do you know what Maggiore means? Bigger. It is not the biggest island of the lake. It is bigger than the Minore. This island has no cars. As you can see, there are no cars here on the main street. This building was built in the 14th century. It was a residence of the mayor of Perugia to collect taxes. This island was rich in the Middle Age. You know, there are 17 people nowadays. In the past, there were 600 people here. Oh. It is painted in 1460-70 in Siena, gold. They beat 150. Also, the blue is made with blue oltremare from over the sea. Afghanistan, 100 grams of powder cost 5,000 euros. They mix it with egg yolk. We are going to walk along the lake here. This lake was lower and also smaller. In this part of Trasimeno Lake, the fishermen could see a column that in the Roman time, Roman villages were built. Do you know about the Hannibal battle, the Second Punic War? They suppose that the army are down in the water. According to the tradition, there is the rock where San Francis landed, this one. There are stamps of San Francis there on the rock. The meaning of obedience, because San Francis wants that his body obey to the will of God. The church, the highest point of the island, when there are 3 centuries of frescoes inside on the wall. They were the first painters to make an illusion for our eyes. No? So they began to use the colors and the shadows. Look at the lines in the throne here. Joseph is embracing the body of Christ. The women are kissing the hands of Christ and also introduce the feelings. The focus point is behind. You can see the right perspective in the lines of the tomb and we're watching to the movement, realistic background, the trees, look